Hi, it's Bruce Robinson again from the Fathering Project, talking to you about our weekly tips to help you survive as a family and grow as a family through this coronavirus pandemic. This week, we'd like to talk about family meetings. It's a really interesting thing, family meetings. Mostly they can't happen, and mostly people don't even think about them because you're busy taking kids to football, soccer, ballet, music, or whatever. But there's lots of good ideas around family meetings, and this is a time when it can really work. So for example, for some families, they are absolutely every night, whilst they're in lockdown, having dinner together. That's really important. And when you have dinner together, turn the television off and listen to everyone talk. Some families have what they call the salad spoon rule, where they get a salad spoon and you can only talk if you're holding the salad spoon. You can't talk over anyone else, so you have to hold it until you're holding the spoon, and then it's your turn to talk. It is a brilliant strategy for a daily family meeting. But you can also do other things in terms of family meetings. For example, you can have once a week a special family meeting. We're actually planning on Wednesday nights being the nights when dads cook, and we'll talk more about that through the Fathering Project. Another chance for a meeting. One of the things that we used to do when the kids were little, we had family breakfast once a week. It was on a Sunday morning, I think. But we kept a family breakfast book, and the kids would sit around the table and we had a schedule for the meetings. And of course, they would report back on what they'd done, and again, they had to each listen to each other. But they also had a chance to air their grievances, whether one kid was being mean to another or they weren't getting enough pocket money. But we made sure that before they talked about problems, they had to talk about praise. So they had to say what was good about life and what was good about their brothers and sisters and things like that. So they learned to be affirming. And we also got them to think of other people outside at the end of that time. So let's think about the rest of our family and people who are really struggling at the moment. And I tell you what's interesting, because we wrote it down once a week, it's become a treasure chest for those kids. I've photocopied every page or scanned it and sent it to them, and your family could have that too. Weekly family meeting, write down all the things that kids say, and in 10 years' time, they will love to read it again. It's a great record of what you did as a family. But look, we've got some other specific tips for family meetings, and I'm going to begin by just reminding you of why these family meetings are important. Firstly, they help your children have a sense of security and feel safe and loved, especially at this time. It allows you to establish close connections and teamwork within the family to manage any change that may be ahead. Thirdly, this is an important opportunity for you to really check in on the well-being of the family, to check for signs of stress or anxiety, and to get your children really talking about their feelings and concerns. It also provides a time for everyone's undivided attention to discuss important information, questions, and concerns about the situation. And finally, it provides valuable time to establish family agreements for how you're going to work, play, and live together during these times. Let me now just discuss some specific tips about a meeting. A meeting can be a part of your family time and can be followed, of course, by a fun activity together. Try and have regular family meetings, same time every week if possible. Sometimes you might need to call a family meeting outside of the scheduled time if you have something that really needs to be discussed or organised. Here's a great special tip. Let the children chair the meeting and have a list of topics for discussion that you all contribute to. These might include reviewing the week's activities, celebrating things that have happened, organising or coordinating family activities, bringing the family calendar up to date, discussing any problems or issues, creating or reviewing family agreements and rules, deciding on or checking in on family chores or tasks, and exploring family values. These family meeting times can be great fun and really rich for a family. Of course, there may be things that come up that create a bit of tension, a bit of conflict, problems. Make sure that those are managed in the context of all the positives about your family life together, what you appreciate, what you're grateful for. And make sure you finish the meeting on a high note, expressing your gratitude and your thanks to each other for being part of the family and for the fact that you're safe during this crisis. We hope you've enjoyed these tips All these tips and more are available on the Fathering Project website, and we'd love to hear from you, telling us about any tips and things that have worked for you about family meetings. So next week we'll be talking about a family activity plan, how you and your family can create a family activity plan, and we have some tips around that as well. See you then.